both in this lost stone business, so I'm gonna do this Doomstone against some of the other FD3s like the Glow, Sea Line, and Metal Flake. So see how they fly. Obviously this one's gonna be a bit more flexy. First shot's about 300 feet.
Daddy.
I'm gonna highlight the tree I'm going for, basic stock hyzer. That one, Metal Flake, definitely pushes farther before going into a fade, which feels nice. That may have been unfair because it was on a little bit of ante, but that was definitely the least stable of all three. So 350, we're gonna try to push deep. This tree overhanging doesn't let us kind of cut in easily, so we're gonna have to push in deep and then let it fade in about 350 feet. All right, no risk of turnover. On flat, rip that thing, and it's just gonna push and then fade reliably. But geez, even on hyzer, that thing held a hyzer out to the right, whereas on hyzer, any of those other ones would have pulled to the ground way quicker. This Metal Flake on flat might be different. Oh, that was cool. Same idea as the Doomstone. That Metal Flake is pretty straight, not as flexy, so it definitely has more skip, obviously. But all right, I'm gonna highlight where we're going. Only two more. We're gonna see how these kind of swing in the air. We're gonna try to do about a 320, 315 to 330 wide swinging spike hyzer. That was inside on accident, but it was actually the perfect part of inside. If this is our tunnel, our thing's over there, obviously that Glow wants to get into a steeper hyzer pretty quick and come to the ground, so that makes sense it wasn't gonna swing as much. That was at least 40 feet too far right. So if we moved that 40 feet, the swing was perfect. So, ready? Let's try this. I think maybe that went farther than the other ones and hit the far tree because the swing looked like it was gonna be perfect. That sucks. At this area, which first tree in the highlight is 370, last one is 420. We're gonna try to get somewhere to that mouth. Definitely had some more turn on it, so if you're throwing an FD3 400 feet, that Doomstone's gonna have quite a bit more turn for you. It had a little bit of drift for me, just a little, and then it carried, and it actually had a pretty hard hook at the very tail, like 20% end of the flight, So let's go grab them and talk about it. That way I'm gonna highlight the tree I'm trying to get to the right of. So it's like we're going down a tunnel and then need to exit right. Forehand. All right, clearly not as much swing, stayed straight for way longer, and then you see that really grippy, gummy plastic just dies, even in this dead grass. Which is the level of my forehand is dependent on that time of the season, and this is not a good time. So we're just gonna try to push it between 3 to 330. This tree on the right, highlighted, is only 250, so we're trying to get past it. The far tree is 380. Tombstone. To summarize it really quick, this color glow is going to be the most overstable one you could get, unless the more turquoise looking one is different. This was the most stable, it's the stiffest, and I'm like trying. But hey, if that's what you're looking for, this is the one to get if you have a lot of torque. Obviously a lot of people have thrown the C line, don't know what people think, and a lot of people don't really like the C lines. I actually like it for the FD3, but at the same time I do like the metal flake, which is the most understable of those three. It's just straighter, doesn't have as hard of a hook, can't really handle as much torque on a forehand, so you have to be more careful to not with a angle control. And then the Doomstone. I'm not sure how different colors fly, so if you know, go ahead and put that in the comments so everyone else can know. But I liked it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to bag it. It's definitely nice because it's straighter, glides longer, farther, straighter, and gets into a pretty good like hooking fade, but only in the last 20 to 10%, last 20 to 10% of the flight. And so I'm not sure. I know that that would be really nice when you have a tunnel shot and you don't want a lot of flare. Hey, thank you. And you don't want a lot of flare. So that's what I could see this being good for. I would normally use a PD or an FD1 for that, but this one, yeah, this one can seem to handle a little more torque than those two could, at least for me. On the forehand, it did get to about 320, which was pretty cool. So if you guys know why people like this so much more, maybe it's the flexi plastic, you know, seems to have the similar profile of pretty much all the other ones. But yeah, anyways, those are my thoughts. That's what I saw. Let me know what you think and why people are buying them all. So let me know.